Hey treasure hunters, welcome back to Toy Box Treasures. My name's Trav, and today we're going to be talking about the web slinger himself, Spider-Man. This is going to be the version from the animated series, Spider-Man from 94, 97. You can still check it out on Disney Plus and some other streaming services, or you can get it on DVD. But this, I really have an attachment to this toy line and to that animated series because I really enjoyed it when I was a young teenager in the mid 90s. And being able to watch it today really takes me back to that nostalgia of it. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's great. It's a combination of traditional animation and computer animation. It's really done well. And if you think about it being back in 94, 95, 96, 97, great cartoon back then, and it's still relevant today. It's one of those timeless pieces that you can enjoy from then to now and on forward. So we've all loved Spider-Man, I think, for close to 60 years now. So everybody has their version of Spider-Man that they like. I like the current stuff in the MCU. I think it's great. I think it's done real tastefully and read really well. But when I was a kid growing up, I really liked this version of Spider-Man because that's what I was able to get that attachment for. Getting into these figures, I have like 20 of them, so I'm not going to show you guys all of them. I'm just going to kind of hit the highlights on some of the ones that I really like the most because some of these guys are really cool, and some of them are just kind of filler characters and figures that they put in the line to fill the pegs up. So first we got Spider-Man himself. They did a bunch of different versions of Spider-Man. I think back in the mid 90s, these guys were selling anywhere from $5 to $6, and I got all these guys for $5 from a friend of mine here locally during some flea markets. So we hooked up a couple times, and he really gave me a good deal, and they've really helped my collection grow. Next, we got the Prowler. Most of us will know the Prowler from the new movie, The Multiverse, Spider-Man the Multiverse, which was really cool. It's the first time that we've seen the Prowler since this animated series, which I really like the Prowler. I think he's a cool character, underrated. So if you're not a Prowler fan, I think you should check out the animated series and Spider-Man the Multiverse so you can check out what that character is about. Mr. Peter Parker. And one of my favorites is the Hobgoblin. I love the Hobgoblin because my favorite color is orange. So it's that natural draw to me, and I like this character better than I like the Green Goblin. But they're essentially the same, but Hobgoblin all the way. So next we have this cool translucent clear Venom figure. Picked this guy up in I think I picked him up in a trade. So I didn't get him with the initial buy from my local friend here, but when I seen it and I was able to get to do a trade for it, it was kind of I gotta have that, put it in my collection. Next, we have one of the most classic figures that they have in Spider-Man, and that's Doc Ock. Dr. Octopus is a great character. This version of Doc Ock, I think, really pays homage to what the character is. Where he started and where he's at now, but I really like how the animated series portrayed him. Another really favorite of mine is Carnage. Now I like Carnage better than I like Venom because he's crazier, he's dangerous, and he's unpredictable. I think the red just really popped on the screen, and it was just really attractive to me. Venom's awesome and he's black, but I really like the black and the red color scheme that Carnage had. Now, this is one of the quote unquote, in my opinion, token dumb guys in the animated series. He was really strong, really powerful, but he was just dumb. That's the Scorpion. You're going to be seeing the Scorpion hopefully in the MCU coming up. They've kind of laid some Easter eggs for this character in the MCU, so hopefully they follow through and we get a piece of the Scorpion coming up soon. But I think that they did a really good job with this figure. I love the tail, and how it was portrayed in the animated series. Next, we got classic figure here is the Lizard. Now, the Lizard is, of course, Doc Connors, but it was a great figure. Even has the old vinyl lab coat, which is going to be that accessory that you're always going to lose. And to have him mint on card here is really good for my collection. And last that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is going to be Doctor Strange. Now, the animated series is where Doctor Strange got introduced to me. I guess I just didn't follow Doctor Strange when I was early kid reading comic books. It's just a character that I missed. But the animated series really introduced me to Doctor Strange. Thought he was a great character. And to be honest with you, I think the MCU really kind of pulled some strings from the animated series to put him in the MCU. So of course, you all know Doctor Strange, but if you haven't seen him in the animated series, please check it out. Great portrayal, and I think he was really used well. Like I said, I got like 20 of these guys. These are kind of my top, I don't know, 10 or 12, however many I showed you. But these figures are great. They're not perfect. A lot of the cards are bent. Some of them still have dust and dirt on them. I didn't clean them up because, that's kind of the way I keep them, because that's the time that has matured on these guys. So if you haven't checked out this toy line, please do. It's not a very expensive toy line to get. I think retail for these guys maybe $10, maybe 15, but you shop around a little bit, you can get these guys for a real good price, probably $10, and they look great on your carded walls, or if you have some kind of peg system where you display them, they look really cool. They're retro, they're vintage now, and if you're nostalgic like me, that's the stuff that I want in my collection. So if you like this video, please be sure and hit your subscribe button, hit your like, check us out on Facebook, turn your bell on for notifications so you can be notified for future videos. We plugged Spider-Man in our last video, toys that are coming out in 2020, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Always remember, leave some on the shelf for the next guy, because the next guy may be you, maybe me. Keep digging in boxes, because you never know what you're going to find. Check out them flea markets, man, because you never know what you're going to find in a flea market. And be kind to one another. Thanks for tuning in, and God bless.